Hello and welcome to a weekend reading vlog. I haven't filmed a vlog in forever and I really miss it, and also I am currently reading a book that I'm absolutely in love with and I need to share it because it's City of Brass and I am loving this so much. I've already started it, obviously. I'm that far into it and it's so good, and I just needed a place where I could talk about it while I was reading it, which would obviously be a vlog, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna go for a walk outside because it is a beautiful day, and then I will hopefully come back and read more of this book and tell you more of my thoughts then. So I'm back from a very long walk that I wore the wrong shoes for. So now I have a very lovely blister in between my toes. Great. It was a really nice walk though. It's so pretty outside and there were a lot of people, most of them wearing masks, which was actually very surprising. I have very little hope in humanity, so the fact that most of the people were wearing masks was pleasantly surprising. But right now I wanted to quickly film a tag. I was tagged in the POC Creator Tag, which was created by Yumi the Book Demon, and I was tagged by Celebrity Reads Hush. And this tag was created in response to the Black Lives Matter movement in order to raise POC creators' voices and get their content out in the open and more exposure. So the first question is, what ethnicities or races do you identify as, and do you consider yourself intersectional? I am half white, half Filipino, and I am intersectional. I am actually asexual. Question 2 is, tell us something you love about yourself. I can be very passionate to the point of obsession, so if there's something new that I'm into, I will get really into it for a short period of time before I move on to the next thing. So the way that I work kind of works in little obsession cycles, I guess. So for example, for a time I was really interested in makeup and that was like all I was thinking about, all I was doing, and then it moved on to probably booktube. I've also gone through like watercoloring phases, bullet journaling phases, and they come back around, so it's not like I drop something after I lose interest in it. It sort of cycles through where I will really dedicate myself forcefully to one specific thing for a period of time. And I think what I like about that is I like that I'm able to devote myself to something entirely and put my all into something, even if it's for just a short period of time. It allows me to try a lot of new things and figure out what I really enjoy doing, see what I eventually end up coming back to after I lose my initial obsession with it. So it helps me learn more about myself and I really enjoy it. Question 3 is, how long have you been in the book community? I started my book blog probably at the beginning of 2017, and then I joined booktube in October of 2018, so almost 3 years, sort of, depending on how you look at it. For booktube specifically, it's been almost 2 years. Yeah. Question 4 is, what kind of content do you create, and please tell us if you create anything outside of booktube. I do the regular booktube content, wrap-ups, sometimes TBRs, sometimes tags, sometimes reading vlogs. I enjoy making reading vlogs the most. I am on book Twitter technically, but I don't really use it very much. I don't like Twitter as a platform in general. And I also have an Instagram, but it is not a book Instagram. Like I said before, one of my obsessions was makeup, so it's actually a makeup Instagram, but it's a project panning makeup Instagram. So it's not about buying a bunch of different makeup and taking pictures of makeup. It's actually about using up all of the products that you've bought. So I mainly use it to share like what makeup I've gone through and motivation, I guess, for using up your makeup. I do still have my book blog, but I haven't updated it since I've joined BookTube. I kind of switched over from blogging to BookTube. Question 5 is, what is your favorite genre? Fantasy, 100% fantasy. I love fantasy so much. Question 6 is, what are your 3 favorite books? Let's pull them down, shall we? First one is Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. It's about a man who runs an inn and he's telling his life story, but his life story is ridiculous and basically everything he does has become a legend. He is a legend, and it shows him growing up through his life and how all of these different legends in the world came to be, and it's really, really good. I haven't read it in a long time, but I am due to reread it soon, especially this version. This version is really heavy actually, but it's illustrated and I'm actually really excited to experience it again because I think I read it, maybe in 2014 or 2015. It's been a long time, but I would still consider this one of my favorite books. I'm gonna cheat for the next one. The Mistborn trilogy. I know it's not one book, but it's so hard to choose between all of these. I think I might like the first one the best, but then my favorite character is only present in like the second and third ones. So it's very hard. I love this series. This is the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. It is a world that has basically gone to crap because the bad guys won and they've been ruling for 1,000 years, and there's ash falling from the sky. The people of the land are overworked and treated terribly, and a group of magical misfits decides to join up and make a revolution to try and overthrow this evil lord ruler. It's epic and amazing, and I love it so much, and now I need to disinfect food that has just arrived, so 1 minute. Okay, the final book that I'm going to say is going to be another series. It's the Fruits Basket series by Takaya Natsume. This is one of my favorite stories of all time ever, period. This is a manga about a girl who is recently orphaned, and she ends up being taken in by this very mysterious family, and it's just so good. It's such a good character study, and it's so adorable, and I love these characters with all of my heart, and the anime is fantastic. So, those are my top 3 favorite books. Kind of, because 2 of those are series. Let's try and remove this lens flare. I don't know how. Question 7 is, tell us some of your favorite POC authors and tell us about some indie POC authors. I don't really know any indie authors. I am not really familiar with that world at all, but I'm very much open to recommendations. As far as traditionally published POC authors, S.A. Chakraborty for City of Brass. It's so good. I haven't even finished it, but she's so good. This book is so good. I still need to tell you about it later, but after I finish this tag. The other POC author I wanted to mention was R.F. Kuang for the Poppy War series. Her writing definitely could use some work, is what I've noticed in the second book. I just finished the Dragon Republic last month or earlier this month. I can't even remember. But her stories are so good. The Poppy War is based on Chinese history, and a lot of the story is based in Chinese history, and it's just so intense, but also just gripping, and it's definitely a ride. I've also really been enjoying Alyssa Cole and her Reluctant Royal series. Her writing and her characterization is really good. Her stories are adorable as well, but what I really noticed about her books, because I've read multiple at this point, is she really gets a different voice for each character, and they feel like real people, which I really appreciate. Oh, I kind of already answered question 8. So question 8 is, where can we find you outside of YouTube? I said before, I have a Twitter that I don't really use, I have Goodreads, and I have an Instagram that is for makeup and not books. Question 9 is shout out some awesome POC creators, and question 10 is to tag some people. So like most people, I'm going to join these 2 questions together, and anyone I shout out, I will be tagging. I haven't prepared and fully compiled a list of people I want to tag yet, so I'm going to kind of change locations and figure out my list before I just randomly blurt things at the screen. So hold for that, but that is the POC Creator Tag. If you're a POC creator, please feel free to do this tag. I would love to find more POC creators to follow. Okay, I am now ready with my booktuber shoutouts. So the first one is Aisha from Mama Loves Manga. She is so funny, so entertaining, and such a ball of sunshine. I love her. The next is Angela from Literature Science Alliance. She's so eloquent and articulate, and she reads a lot of the same sort of books that I'm interested in. Then there's Lisa from Remarkably Lisa. I just started following her. She reads mainly romance, and she is well versed in historical romance, so I am going in for that information. Then there's Jade from Bedtime Bookworm, who I really appreciate her reviews. She reads, again, a lot of the same fantasy and sci-fi books that I'm interested in. Monica from Monica Kim has such a beautiful aesthetic that it's just so pleasing to watch her videos and her vlogs. Cass from What Cass Read is very well versed in her fantasy, and again, I really appreciate her reviews. She goes very in-depth whenever she reviews a book. Sura from Banzai Sura reads a lot of manga, and her vlogs are also very aesthetic and so calming. Same with Nikki from Exo Nikki. Her aesthetic vlogs just make me so happy. Mariana from Mariana Casada has her videos in Spanish, but they are subtitled in English. She reads a lot of romance as well as popular books, and I'm not gonna lie, I also kind of use her to study Spanish. Danny from the Panda Post is another just ball of sunshine who loves manga, and I really appreciate her reviews on shoujo.
Did you say Danny Phantom?
No.
Yeah. Why not?
Because I'm not talking about Danny Phantom. And lastly, there's Jocelyn from Yogi with a Book, who is also extremely articulate, and she focuses mainly on Latinx authors. So that's just a short list of some of the POC creators that I really enjoy and I would highly recommend you check out. And now I think I should probably address the book that I'm reading in this reading vlog that hasn't had any reading yet. City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I'm enjoying this. This is so good. This is an Egyptian-inspired fantasy, and it follows a con woman in Cairo when she accidentally summons a jinn warrior. The world is so complex. There are a lot of politics between the jinn and also like the wider magical world with all of these different magical creatures, and then all of the tribes within the jinn. It's so... oh my gosh, it's so magical. The atmosphere is really strong. You feel like you're in these dunes in Egypt and going into the Middle East as they're traveling, and it's just, I'm enjoying it so much. The characters are really easy to attach to, and everything about the writing just evokes this sandy magic. Which is a really weird way to put that, but it's so good. I'm enjoying it so much. I figured I would end up liking this, but it took me so long to actually pick it up. It's my cousin's favorite series, and she's actually worked with the author to produce fan art, and it's amazing. So I expected to love it, and so far I'm loving it. I haven't finished it yet, but I am just loving it so much. The point where I am in the book right now, the main character is just now getting to the city of Davabad, which is the Jinn city, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like some stuff is gonna go down. There's a lot of mystery and a lot of intrigue. There are people trying to kill them and they don't know why, and I'm just so sucked into it. The politics are really complex, but they also mirror like our real world with different prejudices against minority groups. So I'm just eating this up, and I want to get back to it right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've been reading for hours. I'm almost done with this, but everyone is dying. What the heck? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. All of the characters, everyone's dying. This is the first book in a trilogy. What is happening? Finished the book. When I said I was going to just go and read this book, I really meant it. I started reading at like 6:30 and I didn't stop until 1:30 when I had finished the book. I was not kidding when I said I was devouring it. It was so good. I also realized I did a really, really bad job of articulating anything about this book, whether it was the plot or what I was feeling about it. It was really, really bad, so I'm going to try and fix that now. This is about a girl living in Cairo who has an unnaturally good healing ability, and she doesn't really know where she's from. She's an orphan, and one day she ends up summoning a Jinn warrior by accident. From there, she's taken to Daevabad, the city of the Jinn, and becomes entangled in a lot of politics. This is a very magical and very political book. There is so much intrigue. There's so many mysteries that you have no idea what's happening. A lot of questions are opened in this book and a lot of them don't get answered, which is fine. It's the first book in a trilogy. It makes sense. I will say it doesn't really have a straightforward plot. Like, I couldn't tell you the one thing that it was like trending towards throughout the story. Events just kind of happen and tumble over each other. So while it sort of feels meandering, it doesn't feel like it's pointless, and you're learning a lot about the world as you go along. The politics in the Jinn City are intense. There's a lot of different tribes who are trying to do a lot of different things. Everyone's trying to gain power. But then in addition to that, there's also the outer magical world with a bunch of other creatures that are not just Jinn, and a lot of things happening there that no one really knows why things are happening or what any of it really means, especially the main characters. So you're obviously left in the dark, and it's just really interesting to discover. The characters are really lovable, and yet none of them are fully right. There are a lot of questionable things that everyone does. There's just like, you want to root for them so badly, but you can't, because there's something about them or something that they did that you know is wrong, and so it prevents you from being like fully behind anyone, but at the same time you really want to because they're so lovable and so just, they're right in most things and maybe not in others, but their intentions are good even if it ends up leading to actions that are not so good, and it's so complicated. But I think that definitely means it was really well done. The characters were really well realized, and there are so many questions that you're left with at the end of this book that I really want to answer, and I'm really excited to continue in this story. I knew I would love this book, and I did, so I'm very happy I finally got to read it. This world is so vast, and I'm just having a great time experiencing it and learning more about it. So that is The City of Brass. I am also currently reading a novella in the Reluctant Royal series. It's Can't Escape Love by Alyssa Cole. This one follows a nerdy girl in a wheelchair and her love story, and I really just barely started it, but I am excited to get into it. I've been really enjoying Alyssa Cole's Reluctant Royal series, so I have really no doubts that I'm going to enjoy this one too. That was so freaking cute. Oh my god. I just finished Can't Escape Love. That's the title of it. It was adorable. They were so... I think that was one of my favorite ones, just because I can relate a lot to the very nerdy characters, and it made me happy. I didn't get half of the references that were in there. I guess I wasn't nerdy enough, but I still really enjoyed it. I loved their personalities. I loved the situation. It was so cute, and I love when like tech plays a big role in romances. It was so good. I can't stop. My tablet literally died on the very last page, and I had to finish reading the last like paragraph on my phone. So that was fun, but I really, really enjoyed it, and it makes me so happy. I was just laughing the whole time. It's so good. There's one more book in that series that I need to read, and I think I can get it on audiobook really quickly, but I've been on the waiting list for the ebook for a while now, and I think I won't get it for another 3 weeks or something. I'm also on the waiting list for Kingdom of Copper and Empire of Gold for the David Budd trilogy, and those are not coming in anytime soon either, and I'm going to cry because the books that I read today, this weekend, were just so good. Oh my gosh. I'm in such a happy mood now. Anyway, I think that is going to be it for this weekend reading vlog. It is a Sunday evening and I finished 2 books. That's pretty good if I do say so myself. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you later. Bye!